Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we are on a hike to find some wild local growing orchids here. This is the forest in our backyard or by our back of our house. And we're down in a ravine, sort of a gully right now. We just came down a quite steep path from up there. It's very moist down here. It looks sort of like a bog. You can see some bright moss there. And we did stumble across our first wild orchids on our hike. We found some coral root orchids. They're just over here. There was one up the path as well, but there seems to be lots down here. That's a coral root orchid. That one's not out in bloom, but there's a few just around everywhere. You can see them sticking out from the rest of the sort of environment quite easily. I did manage to find one that was in bloom here. Beautiful local wild orchid. Extremely tricky to grow. Not recommended that you try to take wild orchids out of their natural environment. They grow in very specific little niches there and are 99.9% likely to die if you were to remove them. So these guys, they grow in deep shade. It's deep shade in here, very moist. Lots of humus-rich ground, full of pine needles and moss. Beautiful little guys though. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, the ground is just loaded with them. We're completely out of focus. There we go, we're back in focus. But yeah, I don't know that there'll be much else. My beautiful wife and beautiful son. And we're going to keep on going because we are actually hoping to find some Calypso orchids. They are beautiful local little orchids that bloom about this time. So let's keep moving. And again, very close to the last orchids that we just looked at. Look at the stream. Look at how beautiful it is, and there's a bit of running water down there. Very, very mossy. Really wonderful, beautiful green right now. When you're out in the not so deep of the forest, there's lots of wildflowers and that to look at too right now. Alright, so we've gone sort of off the beaten path a little bit, and we have found another native orchid here. Not in bloom, unfortunately. These guys bloom in the summertime, but this is a good Goodyeria. Beautiful leaves on these guys. This would be considered in the jewel orchid family, and I actually see there's quite a few of them in this little area here. Yeah, we're sort of in like a low-lying area here. Here's another one coming through. And here's several. They're all over the place here. 1, 2, 3, 4. A big old slug. And yeah, so there is a second orchid on our little journey. That's really cool. Super mossy, super hilly. The terrain is just amazing. Alright, moving a little bit further down. Look at this old tree here. It's just amazing. It's got big vines coming from it. Could swing like Tarzan on these vines. And right down here, I have spotted what we were looking for. It's little, tiny, and beautiful. There is our first Calypso orchid. There we go. Look at that little beauty. So it stands about, this one's large, probably stands about a foot tall. You can see under his lip there. Quite nice. They're from a bulb. Each bulb usually produces one leaf, but I see this one the leaf is gone, it's been chewed on, but you can see the bulb there. So, well, we're down here right in the same area. You can see some more of the little Gogerias. And look at this, all within 10 feet of each other here. Here are some more of the coral roots as well that we first looked at. So this little area is very orchid rich here. Let's see. Here's another Calypso down here. And you can nicely see the leaf. Can't see the bulb too much, but you can see the leaf on this one. Calypso orchids are next to impossible to ever find unless they're in bloom. After this dies back in a few weeks, the leaf is going to remain down here, and as summer comes and the weather gets warmer, this leaf is going to start to break down, and it actually goes dormant before summertime and then lays dormant in the ground waiting for spring again for it to come and do its thing. I bet you it's only really active for 1/4 of the year, and it's only in flower for just a few weeks. So this is definitely the time to find them. Otherwise they disappear. There'll be no trace of these in a month's time. Beautiful. Let's try to get a few more shots of these guys before we actually go. Another beautiful Goodyeria. And one thing I didn't mention with these guys is they are mycorrhizal fungus dependent, especially the Calypsos and the coral roots. But all of them basically, they need this this mulch of needles. There's the actual root there. We'll put that back as to not disturb these guys. This one is beautiful right here. Look at this moss that it's in. It's just growing in this like moss forest. These are simply one of the most beautiful orchids. Look at that backdrop on the green. Cute little lip to it. And there's the leaves. This tells me here there's one leaf that, one bulb down there that's blooming size, and then there's another little leaf down there, right there, of a non-blooming size. Here. And I see little bits and pieces of purple all sort of throughout here. Super beautiful. So glad we found these.